შვიდობას ვატყვი, მალე ქართულ ზეცის საფირონს და მცირედ ტალღად შევერთვები, ზღვას უნაპიროს, ქარს იმ ქვეყნიურს დავახვედრებ მალე წინ აფრას, დიდებულია გარდვით ცევი უცბად წინაპრად. და თუმცა ჩემი გამგზავრება გავდა წვალებას, სიკვდილი მაინც არ დაარქვათ გარდაცვალებას. მე მივალ, რადგან გზა აღარ მაქვს უკვე არჩევნის, მე წავალ, მაგრამ სამუდამოდ თქვენთან დავრჩევი, მეც დაგინახავთ ცხოვრების გზას, როცა გაყვებით, მე დაგინახავთ, მაგრამ აღარ დაგანახვებით. მე არასოდეს არ ვიქნებით.
This poem belongs to the famous Georgian film director, poet and celebrity Reza Tabukashvili, and it represents some kind of will dedicated to both his grandsons and his homeland. This is the poem Will, created by this huge person just the day before his death.
ეს არის იმის დასტური, რომ თუ ამ ადამიანის მიმართ.
This is the proof of the fact that in case of delivering such care, implying medical, social, psychological care with love and professional knowledge to a human being, can result in a tremendous outcome and make this person active and full of creativeness till the very last days of their life, regardless of their grave condition. Medical psychological care delivered to people with incurable conditions in order to relieve pain and suffering, to alleviate their last days and give spiritual support, to make the passing away easier for advanced patients. This is the essence of palliative care. Palliative care does not focus on the healing of the patient, but rather the achievement of maximally available quality of life and comfort, which is attainable in the given circumstances for the patient.
კომფორტის მიღწევა, რომელიც ამ დაავადებების პირობებში, ამ ვითარებაში შესაძლებელია კონდეს პაციენტს.
Our patient just deceased a couple of days ago, who also became a nun here. We frequently have such patients who achieve such spiritual readiness that they become nuns and receive this great gift from the gods. This nun left this world and she was thanking to God. She realized her state only from other people's emotions and was saying that she was feeling well herself. She was living in an environment where allegedly one must not experience any trouble, but actually she must have been suffering personally, though she never expressed that. You know how she deceased? She actually passed from this world. This cannot be called a death, believe me. This was a real passing away. You know how it happens? There is some thread between us, which gradually splits, but they really exist and we still feel that. I think those people who receive care and support from the others experience much more relief of their suffering, as this happens here, at the hearth of the monastery. All this happens in Tbilisi at the monastery hospice of Transfiguration Convent. The patients with incurable conditions in terminal stage, also those under the extreme poorness, have been cared here for already 7 years. Considering the experience from our patients, I would say that the leading pain which actually exists is the physical pain significantly improves and becomes manageable at the background of spiritual preparing, receiving of God's blessing, which actually happens at the time of praying. Of course, the patients need assistance. I'm not saying that without pain control this can be achieved, but only the physical pain relief frequently does not lead to relief of total pain in general, and this must be very seriously attended. Palliative care has its classical symptoms which count up to 20 in a list, but if we position these symptoms on the plates of the scales, only pain on the one side will overweight all other symptoms on the other. That means the pain is the most frequent and devastating symptom. Relief of physical pain is very important because from our experience we see that the pain overwhelms the whole mind, thought and personality in our patients. So the timely and adequate pain control is very important.
ამდენად ძალიან მნიშვნელოვანია ის რომ დროულად იქნას აღმოჩენილი ზუსტად აი ამ ტკივილ გაყოჩების დახმარება.
At the present stage of development of modern medicine, we can say for sure that the pain can be relieved. This is not some chimeric demand, this is a reality. The pain can be relieved. Thus the pain relief transformed from the demand into the human rights division. Though only medical assistance frequently is not enough for receiving the right to live without pain, maybe because the pain is not only a physical pain again. Relief of physical pain and the sympathy and belief in complex leads to such fantastic results that I can't describe. Sometimes we meet such things in our everyday practice, which is unimaginable for me as well. We don't have a lot of practice, of course, but still during the period that we have been involved in this activity, we have seen much. Since the time of Hippocrates, the true doctor must possess the art of relieving both physical and the spiritual pain. Unfortunately, we, the modern medical society, frequently fail in the second one because of this globalization, huge amount of information, and the lack of time. Considering the above, palliative care service implicates the involvement of the specialist psychologist who must relieve such spiritual pain for the patients. Meanwhile, the palliative care service also implicates the involvement of spiritual counselor in this team. The word pallium comes from Latin and means a mask, supposedly meaning the main purpose of palliative care, which refers to masking of the disease or giving back the ability of dreaming and the hope for the future to the patient. Palliative care means that for the particularly troubled circumstances, it gives a person a chance to get the unexpected for them positive effects. It shows them that they can still dream of something, and this ancient Greek sentence, "I dream, that means I live," still remains actual for the subjects of palliative care.
და ბოლოს, დედა პარასკევას კიდევ ერთი მოგონება მონაზონზე, რომელმაც უკიდურესად მძიმე მდგომარეობის მიუხედავად.
And finally, one warm reminiscence of Mother Nino about the nun who, regardless of her gravest condition, overcame the physical pain in the monastery, defeated the fear, and passed to eternity. You know, she was praying and had an astounding calmness, which passed to all the attending people at her side to the extent that even her relatives, who were not the members of the monastery, could not cry anymore. I mean, she made a completely different atmosphere around her. There reigned not death, but life, indeed.